Year 11, I thought I'd make a few more videos just over the course of this week, probably just one a day, just going over Adventure Library again and how it's relevant to you. I didn't want to do these live. I haven't received many questions, and those questions that I have received, I've been able to just respond to in an email and give them some guidance there. So if there are any questions that I think are relevant to everyone, then I'll do a live session again. But the live sessions will start up after the holidays, which is next week. What we've got here and what you should be able to see, I'm going to do this on Reapl.it. And if you do it on Reapl.it, you can actually just invite me to it at the end or grab a link, I think. Just grab a link, this link up the top here, and paste it in as your assessment. Okay, so you don't need to download the files or anything like that. You can just do it this way. So I've broken down my program already. I've got some comments here. So right at the top, I don't think I can make this bigger. Ooh. I don't know what that stuff is over there. Oh, you're going to get these little errors. Okay, so these green underlines, it's going to say room is not defined, and this doesn't understand it. Start doesn't know what that means. And that's because it's expecting, like it's interpreting this as though it was just straight Python, but it's not an error in such, it's more of a warning. And so it says here, room may be undefined or defined from star import AdventureLib, which it is. So that's fine. That's not a problem. The errors you get over here are the real problems. So I can actually run this now and hello, I don't understand hello. It is working. All right, so I've got the first line from AdventureLib, import star, and I've got AdventureLib here. You don't need to write that. I just copied and pasted the whole code into a little file named AdventureLib, or you can actually just add the file. So if you've got AdventureLib somewhere, you can just click the plus file and add adventurelib.py. Then I've got my rooms. So rooms.items equals bag, and there's a microphone in the way. Here we go. I've got this here. Let's move that microphone out of the way. We'll move it over to here. I've just got a very, very quick little map of a spaceship. So I'm going to define these rooms in here now. And they're pretty easy. So I'm going to call the bridge, I'll make them lowercase, room. And I'm just going to keep my description simple. You want to probably have bit more descriptions, and you are standing in the bridge. Easy. And then we'll go front hall equals room, and this one is going to be you are in the front hall. It extends further west. And then I'll go rear hall equals room. So I'm just defining the rooms, and these should have been defined in your plan, and you should just be able to kind of copy and paste these in, give them the variable names. You are standing, you are in the rear hall. It extends to the east. Now, what I probably want to do here is add in other descriptions, like there is a door to the north that leads to the barracks, stuff like that. Or if I don't know, if you don't want the player to know, you can at least tell them where the exits are. And I'm going to show you how to do that in code in a minute. So I'll do that in code shortly. I'm just going to define all these rooms. Barracks equals room. You are in the barracks. Escape pods equals room. You are in the escape pod. Engine room equals room. You are in the engine room. And I have two more. Mess hall equals room. You are in the mess hall. And lastly, docking bay equals room. You are in the docking bay. Okay, so with all of these, sometimes it's nice just to kind of tab things out so that everything's all lined up. This is entirely optional. It just makes it kind of easier to read when you're scrolling down. So all these equal signs are kind of lined up going down there. This is not anything that you need to do. It's just something that I'm going to do because I like the look of it. All right, connections. So from the bridge, bridge.east equals the front hall. I don't need to define the other way, so we'll go front hall dot north equals barracks. Front hall dot south equals escape pods. Rear hall of front hall dot west, and that should be west here. I'm getting my directions around the wrong way. Now you don't copy this down. I'm just kind of going through how to do it. Yours is going to be different to mine, of course. Front hall dot west equals rear hall. Remember, it puts in the reverse. I don't need to put it. So rear hall dot north equals mess hall, and rear hall dot south equals engine room. Engine room dot east equals escape pods. And lastly, rear hall dot west equals docking. So there's all my connections that I've made. I've made those connections there. So what I want to do, just to check that this actually works, I'm going to start off the code here. So right at the top, here in variables, current room equals bridge. That's where the player is going to start. So I'm going to put this into variables here. And I'll give it a comment, starting room for player. That makes sense. So starting room for player. And then we've got down here, this stuff is normal. I'm going to add two things into these binds and functions. Actually, I'm just going to move this. Oops. I'm going to move this down to the bottom here. And then I'm going to put some stuff in my binds and functions. Now I've already got these written, and I'm going to just copy and paste this in. So first thing I'm going to add in is the look function. So when look, def look, say current room, if the current room dot items. So if there is things in the current room dot items, then for each item, and I might say for item, makes it a bit more readable, in current room dot items, print that item. Now this is not the best way of doing this, and that's just because I've taken it from the tutorial. So I'm going to do it a different way, which is put the F there and then say a item is here, quotation marks, and that should work. There won't be any items there, so that shouldn't do anything. And then right at the start of the program, I'm going to type look. So let's see if this works. Probably give me an error. You are standing in the bridge. Look, you are standing in the bridge. Okay, it doesn't print this out because there's nothing in there. If we were to add an item in, for example, I'll add an item, key card equals item key card. That'll do. I won't give it a description. I'm actually going to go to the top here and type item dot description equals empty. Okay, that way every single item can now have its own unique description. Keycard dot description equals, it's a red keycard, probably used to open a door. All right, and then if I go into here, I'm going to add the item, the key card, to the bridge. So I say bridge.items.add keycard. And I'll stop that and run it again. Hopefully it doesn't give me any errors. So you're standing in the bridge, a keycard is here. Okay, get keycard. I don't understand get keycard. This is something that I need to add. But hopefully this short video here will give you an idea of where to start. I am just going to do one more thing, which is the movement between the rooms. So I've actually already got that one written out here. And I'm going to pop it down here into binds and functions. Just keep in mind, none of these matter what order they go in, as long as they all go kind of in this order here. And when I say this order, I mean in the binds and functions bit. So don't put them right at the top and expect it to work. Don't put them down the bottom here underneath this and expect them to work. I've kind of suggested that this is how you should lay it out. So variables, then binds and functions, then the main program right at the bottom. And as long as you put your binds and functions in here somewhere, it'll work. So what I've got here, when the player types go and then a direction, it takes the direction that they type and puts it into here. If they just type north, we set the direction to north. If they just type south, we set the direction to south. If they just type east, etc. And so direction will work from any of these different things. We get the current room and set it to global. If the direction they type is in the list of exits of the current room, then the current room equals current room.exit direction. It says you go direction, but I'm going to change that to look like this. If you go direction, that is a much nicer way of formatting the text. The other way is incomprehensible to look at sometimes. And I think that this is probably the easier way for you to do it using those squiggly brackets, and then it will look. So it'll print the new room. Let's just make sure these all work. And I'll bring my little map up so that we can double check it. Not sure how that will work actually. No, I won't be able to bring it up because this screen here, as soon as I click on it, it's going to not work. So the bridge there, if I type go west, it should take us to the front hall. Go west, it should take us to the rear hall. Go west, it should take us to the docking bay. Go west, it doesn't do anything. And I should add something in there to say, you can't go that way. That would make sense. Go east, go north, go borth. I'll type that. Go north. You are now in the mess hall. Go south. Go south. You're in the engine room. Go east. You're in the escape pod. Go north. Go north. All right, so I can move around fully and everything is working really well here. So I'm going to stop the video there. And these things here will be useful for you, hopefully. You'll be able to create the rooms, know what you're doing, how to make those connections, how to make some simple items, list those out. And tomorrow I'll come back with another video.